on these sides.
Welcome, brothers and sisters, to another father and son discussion. We got Lord Lamont in the building. And go and welcome in the current subscriber and new subscriber, Lord Lamont. Anybody that view, I gotta do that. Make sure I don't take that for granted. We got Lord Lamont here. Y'all know I talk about him all the times. And all the time. Things ain't always sunshine with us, but guess what? We still here, right, Lord Lamont?
Absolutely.
So this time I usually have a positive intro, but I don't want to talk too much because I want Lord Lamont to go ahead and start it off. And we're gonna speak on seeing greatness through discipline, and that can mean in our personal lives, in the world, artists that actually Lord Lamont and I were just talking about, just things like that, things of the world, things that's healthy for our mind, body, and soul. You know, the usual things I talk about, and Lord Lamont also. We go through our challenges too, folks. So I don't never want to come off like everything right with us all the time. It's not, but it's all right. That's why we communicate and talk. So brothers and sisters, Lord Lamont, we're going to see what's going on in general, Lord Lamont's world. What's up, son? What's going on? Tell me something real.
Shit, it's, I'm just here hanging in there, just trying to stay positive, and we're trying to focus today on discipline and
right,
seeing the reward from discipline, and
right,
and to use that as not only a placeholder, but also a foundation or a piece of the foundation to build upon, to continually grow.
Yeah. And by the way, I see the greatness in you. I don't care what we've been through or go through. I know it's in you.
Right, and I was hearing the other day somebody saying something like, you got to go through the struggle. You can't let them struggles that you go through, like, you don't want to look for struggle that happen or things like that. I'm saying, like, this stuff that happens to that's out of your control, like none of us, especially as black people, are new to struggle and to adversity and hardship, no matter what the format is or the scenario or circumstance.
Yeah.
And I want to speak on that specifically because a lot of us can be put into depression or sad,
right,
and doubt ourselves because of this struggle. And you got to remember that God put that struggle there so that you could go through that, to have that character asset,
right,
that value to be able to draw upon in the future. Because if you want to accomplish this, that, and this, you got to have this, that, and this in your mindset, and with you.
Repetition.
Exactly, and experience. Repetition builds, and practice builds experience and understanding, and when you can separate how you feel from the situation, you can begin to then break down the situation analytically and find out how it affects you, why it's affecting you, and how you feel, what you want to do.
Right, and just know that things ain't always going to go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. And just know that things ain't gonna always go the way we want it, always go right all the time.
The world is too vast for any one person's way to be the way.
But try our best to see the greatness in things. That's why I do tributes to artists, and I try to be, like me and you do. We give our perspectives and opinions on things, and like the P. Diddy situation. But I try to. And this is something I've learned from other teachers. I try to see the core of things now.
Yeah.
Of course, we don't let toxic things mess us up, but still see the meaning behind it. Like if we see it in a person, still study them. I find myself doing that, instead of just, this person messed up. And I mean, I get away from and all that, but I still, in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, why was that person doing that? What's really going on? or we see somebody doing something we used to do, you know,
Right.
something like that.
Right. And I know it can be like a lot of times people will want to look down.
Yeah.
And that's not right, you know,
Yeah.
because we all come from,
Yeah.
we've all been through
And I mean,
roughness.
if a person don't want to learn and just rotten to the core, just leave them alone. Get away from them.
Exactly. Why let them take your peace?
Right. If they're, you know, messing your life up in any kind of way, whereas, you know, they paying rent in your brain. So.
Right. Then they're taking from you.
Right. But still know that everyone has greatness in them. You know, sometimes people just not aware. And I always talk about conditioning. It sound like a broken record. Just conditioning we grow up with. Things we're just used to doing. Old habits. The old saying, old habits die hard. That go with behavior, eating, everything. My little habits.
Right.
You know, I got habits. But, you know, I've learned how to regulate things and more wise. And, man, it comes with age. Keep on living. I always say that. After your grandmother. I swear I always bring that up. Your great-grandmother. That's what I heard that through my aunt, Bernice. She said grandma used to say that. Just keep on living, buddy. Yeah,
right.
So.
I mean, you're gonna get through it. It ain't gonna be forever.
Now, what you think about like slick meisters and people who gossip and talk behind people back and then smile in your face like, hey, what's going on, Lord Lamont? How you doing? But they've been stabbing you in the back the whole time.
I think those people are a waste of time and they irritate me so much because
I've been kind of dealing with a little bit of that recently. I just found out. You know how you can be around someone. Now, I don't want to make it just because it's many things going on in this world. Really, what I'm getting ready to talk about is so fucking petty, but this happens in our lives. You know, you be around somebody and they smiling in your face and all that, but then you talk to another person who's real. And like such and such been saying this and that and the third. You be like, damn.
Right.
What the hell? You know, this is not I'm just speaking in general. Nothing specific, really.
I know what you mean, though.
But it's like, damn. It's like, what be going on in people's minds?
I wonder that my damn self.
Especially if you ain't ever done nothing to them, you know.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of things my brother was touching on, you know. The platform I listen to, that's what he touched on. People just, man. Especially, I always say, I made a podcast called Blind Ignorance is Dangerous. People who can hide evil intent really, really well. That is so fucking dangerous.
Yeah. Those are the people that you want to stay away from for sure.
Right, and that can be in any space, whether, you know, high status, low status. It don't matter. It's just worse when you got a high status, especially if they got influence over things and people. Yeah, so that's why I try to see the greatness. You know, I don't know.
Because it's you know, there's more good things than bad things, we hope.
Yeah.
Know, but also, I would rather look for the good than the bad in things.
And if you do see the bad,
I'm going to accept the bad.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be naive. But
right,
I'm not
right.
going to, you know, let it take my peace or spoil what I'm doing.
Right. Yeah, like I always said, son, you a strong brother. You proved to me you strong. You have. I know a lot of things didn't go the way you wanted. You know the job and all that thing, all them things. But you know what? That's why I say when we get a little wiser up in age and we do mature and we kind of see how we were when we were young, we look at our sons a little different. Once we learn, you be like, you know what? It ain't even about the job or none of that shit. It's about the strength of our children, our sons and our daughters. How strong are they? Now, of course, we want our kids to, you know, be able to be disciplined and make money and pay their bills and all that. But it's good to have those things, but if you got to be strong within because other things come along.
Right.
You know,
that's only and
that's an ability you have.
One part
right.
Of life.
And that's ability you have. You're strong. You know what I mean? Some things that you've been through, some people probably couldn't
go through.
Yeah.
I know that. And I think that's why a lot of people hold me in contempt sometimes.
Yeah, so.
For that same very reason. And that's something that I've always had to deal with.
Yeah, and you ever meet those people like they panicking about something, but you're not. And they're looking at you like, you don't give a fuck. You care. You just know how to. It's like when you've been through a lot, you know how to handle things a little better. But other people will look at you like, damn, you don't care about nothing. Because I had people say that about me. Like, you don't care about nothing, do I said, yeah, I care. I learned what to burn my energy on and what not.
Exactly.
That's just it. It don't mean you don't care.
We don't get time back. It ain't infinite.
Exactly.
There's plenty of stuff that I would rather spend my time on.
Right.
Than some bullshit that I don't want to spend my time on.
Right. And it depends on the situation. Some things may require aggression. You know what I mean? But it's even
right.
then.
I'm not going to shy away from
Right.
anything.
Right.
I'm not afraid of confrontation.
Right. But you're not looking for confrontation.
No.
Right.
Of course not.
And that's seeing greatness through discipline. Beautiful.
Right. That's all part of it.
That's a beautiful summary. Wow. See, that's why I love these discussions.
Me too.
Yeah.
I really love to break things down.
And the banner. The banner is a representation of I always say, like we standing on the balcony looking over the buildings. I love the beautiful nightlife of the city and buildings. I just love it. I don't know why I'm infatuated with mountains and buildings. I don't know what that is.
I think it's like the vastness,
Is that what it is? Like looking out over the whole world? Yeah.
It really puts things into a perspective that's like of beauty.
Yeah, and I try to, that's why I would say my listeners, I try to put the imagination in their head, because, we get stuck in these trends and all that stuff, and just try to do something different. Not better, just different. That's all. Right. Yeah. And we is going to work on some more music. Lord Lamont, he just got other things going on, and we're going to get back to the music. I'm going to keep him because I'm going to stay on him about it.
Thank you. I need
that. So that's why I was mentioning your music, and I'm going to play a song today. Y'all know I'm going to have a hip-hop break. I always play music. And I might play 2 songs. One song I made, well, 2 of them I made you didn't hear.
Ooh, and I love new tracks from hip-hop.
And I made one song called Standing. That's about me and you. And that's actually the beat that's in the intro, I think. I used that beat.
You did? I love that beat.
Yeah, but I was like, I didn't feel right doing it without you. So that's why I mentioned...
We got to do a remix of it.
You're right. So your name is in the hook. I put my name and your name in the hook. Because that's really a song that was really supposed to be for me and you. So that's why I said Lord Lamont, EBXCARES in it. And another song I made recently called One Still Around. And it's an aggressive trap beat. It's kind of dope. Yeah. So salute to rap fame, real talk. That's where I get my beats from. I always put that disclaimer out there. Yep. So let's see what we got. Okay, we good. All right. Let's speak on a little bit what me and you and I were discussing before we got on here. We were speaking on, what was it, 50 Cent, Mayweather.
Yeah.
Joe and Jada. I've been in
Nelly and Ashanti.
Yeah, Nelly and Ashanti. Yeah.
Growing.
Yeah, salute to Nelly and Ashanti. Man, they just really enjoying their life. They really are. And I love Ashanti laugh. It's hilarious. She's so funny. Nelly funny. I didn't know Nelly was that funny. Yeah, Nelly is funny.
He is. He's hilarious.
Yep. And they spoke on. Remember you and I were speaking on 50 Cent.
Yeah.
When it was jokingly, but remember
it's
I said.
It's funny because we all talk about like the same shit.
Yeah. And remember I said Nelly made 50 Cent apologize to Ashanti, but it was in fun.
Yeah.
They spoke on that.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Man, you should have heard Nelly talk about it. It was hilarious. He said they were all at they were somewhere. I forget where they were. Grammys, something. And I guess Nelly went up to him. He said he made it look like he was all tough in front of Ashanti, but he went up to 50 and said, "Hey man, just say you apologize." Then,
so 50, he can look hard.
Yeah, so 50 said, "I apologize, Ashanti." And then Nelly said, he looked at him and said, "My nigga." My nigga, thank you. I said, I thought that was funny. You had to see him do it on Joe and Jada. Salute to Joe and Jada. They platform is really fun to watch and hear them talk about hip hop, so. Yeah. So that's cool. I got to catch Ashanti and Nelly's reality show. I haven't seen it. Yeah.
I didn't even know they had a show on.
I think it just started, but I know they were just doing like little shorts. The shorts were funny. Nelly funny.
Yeah, he is. He's got that natural comedic.
Yeah. Yep. And T.I., I did a tribute to T.I. Salute to T.I. He's back to his comedy thing. Remember he tried to do a little comedy?
Yeah, he's funny too.
Yep, and he had the movie Trap House, which was hilarious.
And he's got that one where they have like a McDonald's in the hood.
Or I thought it was a chicken place. Or it's another movie.
Maybe it was a chicken place.
It was a chicken place. Remember it was Mike Epps,
Lil
Duval, Young DC Fly, And the girl from the girl that played in the Eddie Murphy movie, she ended up blowing up. The ghetto girl that played Mike Epps' girlfriend in I can't never remember her name in that trap house.
That movie's hilarious.
Yep, he's still doing his comedy thing too. He was he had a small reel, told everybody to come to the Laugh House or Fun Factory somewhere in Atlanta.
Really?
Yeah, he told everybody to come there, Laugh Factory or something like that. So he's still doing his comedy. Yeah, because I spoke on how people was giving him flack for doing comedy. Like, man, leave that man alone. Let him. So he doing comedy. Who cares? And
he ain't hurting nobody.
Right. And this is something I always point out. It's a lot of artists that has a lot of skills, other things they know how to do.
They wanna keep you in that
box. It's things they can do other than singing and rapping. So I think that's just what
we should celebrate that.
Yeah. So, but the whole media was all he ain't no comedian and all this. I said, Lord have mercy, bro.
Grilling him.
Right. So, but you see it didn't stop him. And I seen it stand up. I thought it was pretty funny. It's a work in progress. It's not something he's used to. He had to get practice at it and know how to do it and all that stuff. Because
right.
He used to be at a lot of Young DC Fly and what's the other two brothers on 85 South? Chico Bean and Carlos. A lot of their shows, T.I. was there. He would be in the audience. You know what I mean?
Shit.
Yeah. Funny Bone. That's where he said. In Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me. I think it's Funny Bone. And he would tell, come on down, Funny Bone, y'all. That's what, how he talk. Come on down, Funny Bone, man. You know what it is. We up in Atlanta, man. Come on up in that Funny Bone. Get your funny on. Salute to T.I. Yeah. I like how he's and he's evolved.
The South is amazing.
Yeah, I've been seeing clips of him and his mother. He had them laugh. His mother and his auntie.
Dude, it's so natural.
Yeah.
DC Young Fly especially is just so naturally hilarious.
They got a new platform. Him and Kurt Franklin.
Really?
And it's called Kings or something like that. And they be sitting around the table and talking about fatherhood and stuff like that.
Shit,
I'm subscribed to him. And you know what? Kurt Franklin reached out to me through Messenger.
Really?
He invited me to his channel.
That's awesome.
Now, I didn't click on to the Messenger. I tried to find it. If I swiped it away, I couldn't find it. But I went to his channel. I like it. I like the subjects. I think you would enjoy it too, because they talk of Young DC Flies on there, and it's a few other people that we know. I can't remember all their names, and they just sitting at the table, man, talking about manhood and young men and fatherhood and stuff like that. It's a real good it's a real good platform. It's dope. Yep, that's outside, y'all. We in the city. Yeah, so that's all a part of greatness. And it was right after I did that tribute to T.I. that I got that message from him. So I don't know if because I mentioned Young DC Fly in that podcast. And like I've always told you, son, it ain't how many views you get, it's who's viewing.
Right, totally.
I've always told you that.
Views. I know, and I see that now because one person can change it.
Exactly.
All for you.
Yeah.
One person can have that gatekeep ability to be able and see that vision that you have and be like,
right.
Oh, I see how you can impact the world.
Yeah.
And I can help you do that.
And what people
that's such a great gift. I want to do that for people.
Yeah. That's why I like having you on here, because this is an example, father and son discussion. We might be inspiring somebody. You know what I mean?
That's the hope, right?
Yeah. So I thought that was dope. And who else sent me some love? Let me see. Ali Sadiq always send me love. My favorite comedian. That's
awesome.
That's my brother for life.
Favorites too, dude. He's so good.
I actually got a badge. You know how you get those love badges? They send your channel.
Mm-hmm.
I got one from him.
No way.
Yep. And this brother that does jazz, I'm subscribed to. He reached out and sent me a love badge. Yeah, I said, man. Yeah, but we as human beings, brothers and sisters, we just gotta, especially with this social media thing, things take time.
Right.
You gotta let things come natural. People will respect that in the long run, because a lot of times people be viewing you, just don't say nothing for a while. They don't know.
Right, because they want to figure you out.
Right. Yeah, and sometimes that's not always a bad thing. Sometimes that's a good thing.
It's smart. I mean, you gotta. Yeah. We only got one life, right? You could get killed out here.
That's true.
Messing with the wrong flipping person.
Yeah. That's why you have to stay in the space of greatness the best way we can. Practice makes perfect. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see. I guess we can get over. Cause I'm gonna get Lord Lamont a little break, as I know I always do. I'm gonna play a song from him that he made. Let me see. What was that? No Slaves. I wanted to play that for the
Yeah,
listeners.
that's one of my favorites too.
For the listeners who haven't heard it. You know,
Right.
I know me and you heard it 1,000 times, but I try to keep your music, like I tell you, I'm trying to keep you afloat. I don't want your music to just go to the
Yeah,
bottom of the barrel.
I
You
know.
know what
I
I
gotta
mean?
drop some
And
some
you
real
will. You
shit.
will, man. You will. Yeah, it'll be all right. It's a work in progress. You know, so what was I finna say? Yeah, we're gonna it's another song I wanna play called Standing. And it's a song that he and we're gonna redo this song too. But it was for me and him. But I did the hook and the verses, but I mentioned his name and my name. In it, brothers and sisters, and thank those that's been riding along. We appreciate you. And we just trying to see greatness in those who listen, you know, with discipline, of course. And I got some positive news that'll be kind of inspiring when we come back. And I did want to read a little summary on seeing greatness and how it's good for our body. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
And before we get to this song, I did have a childhood brother pass away that I grew
Really?
up with. Yeah. And
Jeez.
my sister Stacy, I talked to her. I think I told you about her. I grew up with her. And, you know, they
Yeah,
took me in
yeah.
and stuff. We
And
went
she
to,
was real good friends with you.
yeah, yeah. She called me, man. She was crying and bawling and everything.
Damn.
Yeah, so
God rest his soul. You know, I'm glad that you got back in touch
yeah,
with Stacy.
yeah, and I did get to talk to him. It just was been so long since I talked to him, but I did talk to him.
That's
And
good.
it's like out of nowhere. Yeah, she texted me. Yep, it's like,
And that's life, though. You
yeah,
know.
yeah. So I did a tribute to him. I got Tupac on the banner called "Blind Ignorance is Dangerous," and I contribute that kind of to Tupac and him because that was around the era when me and him knew each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so yeah,
That's beautiful.
rest in peace and in power, my brother Les. His name was Lester. Yeah,
Lester.
brother Les. Yeah, was my
R.I.P.
brother, man.
Lester.
He was funny. He was witty. Man, he was the ladies loved him. He was one of them brothers. I was like in a funny way. I was kind of jealous of him because I was the shy type,
Yeah.
and he was the outgoing man. You know, just funny. Yeah. So rest in peace and in power, my brother Les, and salute to my sister Stacy, who has always had my back. Yeah. So I just wanted to mention that, and that's a part of greatness too. So I talked to her and consoled her, told her to stay strong, stuff like that. You know,
Yeah.
trying to send out that greatness. Yep. All right. Well, I'm gonna get to these songs, and the first one is. See, I think we're gonna do Lord Lamont song first.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's called "No Slaves." Let me see. I gotta find it here. All right. Now I gotta get everything ready because I want it to sound perfect. Thank those for riding along, my generals, leaders, and teachers with a student spirit. We're gonna be back to of course, Lamont and I are gonna discuss some more things. And I got some positive things I want to inspire him with. Something about a 9-year-old that I seen on it's called Rap House. You ever heard of Rap House?
Yeah, yeah, actually.
Yeah, they always have little messages and
Yeah,
positive things.
I've seen, I think I follow them on.
Yeah, yeah. So they always have positive. They reach out too. They connect with you when you comment and stuff.
I love that. You gotta love, like, the real ones.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. So we gonna speak on some greatness of something that could have been tragic that happened to this young little black boy that I want to read. That he's still alive today, and wait till I read what he did. It's amazing. All right, let me see. Get to this. Turn this down because I want everything to be right. All right. Okay. Get to this. Come on, thing. Hold on, y'all. This damn thing. Okay, here we go. All right. Brothers and sisters, generals, those who've been riding along, we will be back with more father and son discussion. And this is a song I played before. This is for those who haven't heard it. This is General Lord Lamont, No Slaves. He wrote and produced this and did it all. And salute to the beat maker. You know who made the beat for this?
I don't.
Okay. Well, salute to the beat makers. You know, all beat
We'll
makers.
try to find it and post
Yeah.
it.
Okay. All right. Be back after this, generals.
Yeah, it's the rain. Rolling thunder. Everybody cried.
No No slaves, no masters.
An ace and an 808. Told my girl she love me in the morning. Capillaries calling out. Your soul to breathe and burst into glory. Okay, capiche. I'm a freak, I'm loose up off the leash. Years an van, relax within the streets. Zero shit, on 10, why these niggas shaky? Hit the corner, swerve right. Paranoia, living life, a testament, a sentiment from Doja. So I'm up at nights. Plant the seeds upon the soil, take the time, what? Been a sense of ease. What I fear is not a peace to mourners, much love for the mamas without a will to speak. Sleek, they caught him slipping. Tuto, Scotty, Pippen, Boston blocked the shot again. Damn, Toro riding with the shotgun. Who of us out to plotting? But never mind the blues, ayy. Learn to know the difference. Only thing black and white here is me. It's a gray area. Most days somebody tripping, hit him hysteria. Manic depression, so it sent they have been chasing. But he hit the corner, swerve left. That boy gone. Ain't got anything, lost of us, so all inside. The hating, I'm too good. Sorry for the waiting. Bitch, I wish you would. Back up in the hood, back up in the hood.
No master.
Back up in the hood, I'm back up in the hood.
No slaves.
I'm back up in the hood, back up in the hood.
No master.
And it's all good, yeah.
And no master.
And it's all
No slave.
good, baby.
Let go. No slaves. No
I
master.
love my community.
No
We
slaves.
deserve better what they do. To
No
treat each other
master.
better what they do. With
No
love
slaves.
and respect. I just don't
No master. No slaves. No master.
Without you, baby,
No
you're perfect.
slave.
Well, that's an impossible expectation. What I mean is that you're worth it. 1,000 salutations from the world of a curse, man. Well, maybe lack of love has got me feeling the worst of it. I know I love you, cause without you I'd be nothing. And this is cliche, then I guess I would be stunting. And in the land of opportunity, but so many see nothing lies in tandem with the rush. Cause love is why I'm breathing, waiting, never fading, formulating reasons not to give up. So get up and get down like this.
Keep on going, and you know I always rip. And this is something new, and I love to spit. I get it, I'm a soul,
Maybe.
you don't care about no hits. You know I lift you up, our son. And you know we never giving up, never get stuck, yeah. And keep going on. Got golly things, yeah, in our zone. Whoop. No masters.
All
No
we
slave.
got is time.
That's Sharpness that did the beat for that, by the way.
That's the name of it? Say it again.
Sharpness.
Sharpness.
Yeah.
Are they still like doing beats and stuff?
Yeah. He still does beats. He's on Instagram. SHRPNSS.
Cause I know I be using people's beats. That's why I was trying to
you
shout
should hit
out.
him up. You can use his beats for free. He's a
Oh,
cool
wow.
dude, and he'll even produce and shit, and like he'll work with
Yeah.
you. And shit. He does that shit for the love.
Cause that's why I say I always shout out to beat makers. I know I be using people's beats, but I ain't trying to make money or nothing, you know. So
Right.
yeah, but I love Rat Fame. All right, next song is "Standing," and this will be a remix. We gonna redo this because he got to get his voice on here. We gotta get him some new music, but it's coming. But this actually was a tribute to me and him, still standing, and this is the next song. All right, so I got it. Okay, hold on. All right, generals, be right back. And we're going to get back into greatness. I want to talk about this 9-year-old, what this 9-year-old boy did back in 2014. All right, something positive. Be right back. EBX, Lord Lamont, still standing. Let's go. Too smooth, no demanding. I'm still standing. EBX, Lord Lamont, no demanding. We too smooth, still standing. And no demanding. EBX, Lord Lamont, still standing. Too smooth, no demanding. We're still standing. And a rockin' shockin', and I love this thing they call hip hop. You know I love the bottom, and I don't see the top. I stay buried, I bind up in my soul, and keeping us here, and stay up on this goal. And man, I'm trying to make us see and all reach, and make it in this life, in this mind. We can be free with the state, in the place, making sure that we on the way. Positive things harboring within, so I can say, man, get it out within. And I reach out, this good things, divine words coming out my
stop. Yeah, man, I thank my sons and my daughters too, making sure my family protected and we make it through. And I never stop it here, and yeah, we stand. We ain't gotta force or be in demand. We just let the force, yeah, work through me and you. In this life, and we can win, never ever be confused. Woo! Gee. Still standing, gee, no demanding. EBX, Lord Lamont, still standing. We're too smooth, still standing. And I stay fierce on this mic, making sure I keep doing this here in sight. Gotta be at peace, righteously, never stop. Ain't no devil ever get the E. I make a show I see in these streets, protection for me, my family, and I never stop. I always drop it in this life. I never flip flop, no twist. I don't see no quit. Man, I'm thankful for what I got. That's this gift. Woo! Gee. Still standing. EBX, Lord Lamont, still standing. Gee. No demanding. We're too smooth. Still standing. EBX, Lord Lamont, still standing. Gee. No demanding. We're too smooth. Still standing.
All right, that was Still Standing. As a tribute to General Lord Lamont and myself, EBXCARES. All right. We'll get back to the Mo to the Joe. Yeah. Mo to the Joe. I'm gonna say that in Best Man. Mo to the Joe. Let me see. All right. What was that? Okay, I remember now. All right. Hold on for a minute. Forgive me for the pause. We're gonna get back into it. Hold on, y'all. Y'all don't like to rhyme. Let me see. This podcast, I swear I be rhyming. I don't even be meaning to. I like every other sentence be a damn bar.
That's how you know you're in mode.
Or something. It's like I don't even be meaning to rhyme. All right. We back with the mojo. And we're gonna kick it off like we were speaking on greatness through discipline, because greatness don't come without discipline. Let me turn this up. Oops. Greatness don't come without discipline. All right. Now, I want to read this positive thing that I seen on Rap House. Salute to Rap House. They have a lot of positive things that I come across. And Lord Lamont said he subscribed to them. All right. 2014, a 9-year-old boy was kidnapped from his driveway. During the ordeal, he sang the gospel song, Every Praise, for 3 hours, eventually annoying the kidnapper enough to release him unharmed. Wow. And it's showing a picture of him crying. I guess it was right after they got him. 9 years old. That was 2014. Yeah, I wanted to see if he was, well, I'm sure he's still alive and around. I just wanted to get an update on him. So I thought that was amazing. What'd you think?
I love that. And that's a testament to the power of the mind.
Yeah, yeah. And we serious about it. Yeah. Because only that great divine, Mama Nature, in that universe knows our heart.
Right. So
people who faking it to make it, they wasting their time. Mm-hmm. And my thing I love to say, a hamster on the wheel, waiting on that pellet. Mm-hmm. So before I get to this summary and we kind of break down seeing greatness, and it's good for our mind, our body, it's good for our immune system. Mm-hmm. I just did a podcast here recently, focus on our immune system. And this for me too now, because it's a lot of habits it's a lot of stuff I done cut back on. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I really have. And but again, it takes repetition and repeating the process and focusing, all that good stuff. But see, anything else in the hip hop world or in the world? What about this war and politics, anything like that? We think about that shit. Man. And this war in Israel and all that stuff.
Iraq, and it looks like they're turning up. They've been not liking us. It doesn't look good. I'm hoping that.
Now, who don't like us? Is it Iran?
It's all the Middle East, Iraq, and it's not all of them.
It is not us. It's the government. Right. It's not us they don't like.
Exactly, it's the government. But they're on our video games. Like, there's certain like popular MMORPGs you can play where like millions of people all over the world can play the same game.
Yeah.
And it's just got Middle Eastern bots on there that's spewing hate speech. There's kids on this shit, and it's all American.
And they were just
anti-American.
they were just recently talking about gamers and how it's starting to affect certain kids that play games all day, every day. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, that's the one thing I like about Nika. She don't let them kids get on that video game like that. Yeah. But I thought I seen in the news he said ceasefire. It's like one moment he says ceasefire. They were seeking to agree on peace. Then the next moment it's like Israel sent the rocket. I'm like, they just said ceasefire.
Right.
What the hell?
They apparently tried to shoot down a base.
Really?
Yeah.
And when no one was there, wasn't it?
But they tried to bomb a base, but no, we shot the missiles down. And we blew up their nukes.
And then they said Donald Trump was bragging or something. I'm like, don't do that, bro. Don't just.
Right, war is not something to brag about.
Right, and it's not this is real life. These are lives out here, bro. This ain't no video game as me and you talking about.
This is I mean, excuse my language, but this
no, you good.
Serious.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know much about politics. I just wanted to see what you thought.
I think it's a scary time, honestly, and it looks like I just hope that we can find a peaceful resolution.
Right. Because I don't want to be one of them. It's not happening to us, and they just see it on TV, and we don't think it's really happening.
Right, like it is affecting our day-to-day lives.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. I don't know a whole lot about politics. I've done some research. I try to stay a little bit aware of everything best way I can.
Exactly. And that's all that we can do. I think, just,
What's the matter? You can't get that open?
Huh?
You can't get that open?
No, I got it open.
Oh.
It's just plastic, so it's loud.
You got a spoon?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
But yeah.
Yeah, we just chilling, y'all. And letting him relax. And something we wanted to do. Good communication, Like I say, this is a place of expression. It's more than just a platform,
Mm-hmm.
It's realities out here, That's something I had to learn. Real talk. I really did. When I first started doing this, like I said, I've always been pretty positive. But as you start living life, things get serious at a point, Because if we didn't have this to do or communicating with each other like this,
just be keeping it all pent up. And that's
right,
not healthy at all.
Right. And then it's a chance for me and you to see each other and stuff like that, So
touch base.
Yeah. Even if we don't agree on some things, still,
and that's okay. That's just a time to learn and grow.
Yep.
It's good to.
I think
have
that's
differences.
Right. Even like brothers, I would say, biological brothers or just two guys that call each other brothers. Brothers have disagreements.
Right.
It don't mean everything gonna be love and well, it's gonna be love, but a brother that really love you is gonna tell you the truth, basically, And it's all to see the greatness, but again, comes through discipline, all day, every day, and that's always
just because if we have a disagreement, that doesn't mean I have to disrespect you.
Right.
I still respect you.
Right. Yeah, just disengage for a little bit and think about it, meditate, come back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because none of us.
Love you.
It's
just a difference.
None of us know what's coming down the road, and I think about that all the time.
Right.
Yeah, so I have to check myself too. So. Yeah, but I did want to read this little summary, give you a little something to go off of. I'm gonna go through it real quick. Let me say, this is a positive energy. I spoke on this recently. It was called Positive Energy, focus on our immune system. And okay, let's go. Seeing greatness. Turn this down just a little bit, just a little. All right. Seeing greatness, whether in others or in ourselves, offers a multitude of benefits in encompassing personal growth, inspiration, and improved relationships, like my son and I talking, and other relationships, family members, etc., etc. Personal benefits: increased self-confidence and self-efficiency. Witnessing others' achievements can inspire, like me and you talking about artists and how, T.I. and Nelly and how, that's good.
And their struggles and how we relate
exactly.
to it.
And we're not looking at their status. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, that's why I like doing those tributes and connecting with artists. Well, you and I both.
Right.
Yep. Okay. Start over. Increased self-confidence and self-efficiency. Witnessing others' achievements can inspire belief in our own potential and abilities. Yep. Fostering a sense of self-worth and confidence. Motivation and goal settings. Inspired by great achievements, you may feel more motivated to set and pursue our own goals. Then this can create a positive feedback. Yep. Like me getting that invite from Kurt Franklin.
Right, that's big.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, where progress towards goals further fuels inspiration. Yep, enhance personal growth. Yep, observing excellence and in action. Yep, that's dope. And when I say that he reached out, that Kurt Franklin reached out to me, I don't say that, and that could be anybody, not
Right.
just because of him, because it's Kurt Franklin. I know how to differentiate now. I don't look at people's status. I don't
Right,
do that.
it's the energy and the
Right.
and the personal connection
Right, and apparently he saw something
through understanding.
in me.
Probably
Right.
similar mindsets.
Because it caught me off guard. It was like I was just looking at my phone and the messenger said, "Ding! Kurt Franklin invited you to his channel." I was like, "All right, dope." Because they be saying some dope stuff on there. They do. Like I said, it's about fatherhood and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I think it's dope. Yep. So what's your goals? What you got going on? I don't think we touched on that too much earlier. What's going on in Lamont world? What impact Lamont finna get his world?
Well,
Or getting ready to? I gotta stop saying finna.
well, it starts at home. I mean, I gotta catch up on laundry.
You gotta catch up on what?
Laundry.
Oh, me too. Yep.
Oh man. And,
You still got stuff back there.
Yep. Yeah.
You got like 2 bags of clothes. You got shit everywhere. Not everywhere like he messy. I mean, he like got some stuff here, some stuff at his house. I mean, like he was messy. Not like
Lately,
that.
I've just been drawing again. Like
Cool.
I drew like a bird.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
What's the space you draw in? Where you be at when you be drawing?
Just at my girlfriend's.
Okay.
Just chilling.
Yeah, something I've been wanting to do, us to have a father and son discussion outside.
Yeah, we should.
Sometime.
We should go to a park or something.
Because I know we always cooped up in the apartment, you know, do something different. It's been a while. Yeah.
It's nice out too.
I know it is nice out. That's why I wanted to. That's what's gonna be on the thumbnail. I'm gonna take a picture of my son and I. It's beautiful outside. You know, it's kind of hot, but beautiful. Yeah, and that'll be on the thumbnail. You know,
The
just
vibes are there too.
yeah. And so I guess that about rounded up. You know, that's pretty. I think we pretty decent. You know, we just wanted to communicate and inspire other mothers and daughters or fathers and sons. So, you know.
Much love, everybody.
Yep, we just want to speak on some greatness, and I just want to, since he the voice of the youth, what's some positive things we can lead the youth? You know, young brother, young sister, something, you know, because
You only
we
get one life, one choice when it comes to your freedom.
yeah,
One wrong choice could land you in prison for the rest of your life.
Oh.
Especially my young brothers and sisters as black people. And not just black people, but
Yeah.
all minorities especially.
yep,
And especially if you come from struggle, it don't matter what color you are. Then shit.
Yeah.
If you from the bottom, then you got a pretty big disadvantage on you just off of that.
yeah,
And it's gonna be hard. I'm sorry. It's gonna be hard. Everybody's looking at you as the worst of the worst.
You think it's gonna be real challenging going into this new technology, new time for
Yes
the
and
next
no.
generation?
Yes and no, because the pressure is higher, you know, because like the implications and the technicalities of technology and the way that things are getting intricate or what's the word intertwined, you know.
Yeah.
The way things are like
the lines are getting blurred in some things.
exactly,
Yeah.
you know, and it's opening up new ways of thinking or plot points in life, you know.
I always use that term, hyperactive world. That's what we're
it's
living
just
in.
Everything's so much faster now and getting faster and faster. But
Yeah.
what the good news is, and the reason why I say yes and no, the other part of that is we have the internet now, and we have, you know, we can communicate with people halfway across the world
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
milliseconds.
Yeah.
You know, and so we can share information, knowledge, and experience and
Yeah.
really help and link and build.
Do you think it's really vital for the mental health to have human connection?
Absolutely.
Also,
yes.
yeah. That's something I got to work on. Yeah, I do think that's important, and I say it in the podcast. I love solitude, but it's not good to isolate all the time. You know,
Not all the time.
because you kind of lose. It's like you dull your social skills.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
if you get withdrawn too much, you know, and that's kind of for me. Because I can be by myself, but
I like being by myself too, and I have to check myself on that
Yeah.
a lot and be like,
Yeah.
yo, I gotta get out here. I gotta go
Yep.
do something,
Yep.
even if it's take a walk and chill at the
Yep.
park and see
That's cool.
what's
Yep.
cracking over there. You know?
hmm just get out and just do something. You know,
Exactly.
that's kind of how you come upon opportunities too. Sometimes.
Absolutely, I've
Yep.
come across so many opportunities
Yep.
because I decided to go out the door.
Yeah. So it's a fine line between solitude and reaching out. Just got to be careful, be aware. That's all. Yeah.
Yep.
See your greatness through discipline. As I say, that greatness ain't coming without that discipline.
Right.
Not at all. Yep. So thank you, Lord Lamont, for that.
Likewise. Thank
Yep.
you as
That was
well.
good. Yep. So we gonna get on up out of here. This has been another father and son discussion with General.
Lord Lamont.
Yep, and EBS Cares. And thank those for coming in, current subscriber, new subscriber, and being on the balcony.
Spellbreakers.
Yep, say it again. Spell breakers.
Mhm.
I try to be.
Spellbreakers.
I try to be, man.
That's what the fam's called too.
Spell breakers.
Yeah, our fellow spellbreakers.
Our fellow spell. All right, that's good.
Yeah,
Y'all hear that?
spellbreakers.
That's what we gonna start calling the viewers, current subscriber, new subscriber, anybody that view. You are our fellow spell breakers. That's dope. Wow,
Yeah.
that's dope. See, now I gotta get the sound bite and all that shit like he been talking about. He been wanting me to get that. He been wanting me to do that for a minute. Like, Dad, you need to get some special effects, some sound. He been telling me that for the
We could
longest.
put spellbreakers on a shirt.
Yeah, that is fellow spell breakers. Damn, that's
People
dope.
might really rock with it.
Wow.
You feel me?
Wow.
That's how we gotta build the movement.
That's dope. I like that. Wow, that's dope. See, that's why it's good to communicate and off the cuff, and you just never know what'll come up out of that spirit, and that's a part of greatness right there. You know, him coming up with that creativity. It's beautiful. Yep. So thank those for joining us on the balcony here, like I said on the banner, looking out over the city and just meditating, communicating, and appreciating others that have great achievements that we talked about, the artists we may speak on and stuff like that, you know, and just seeing the greatness in ourselves, children, family, you know. So, all right, we're going to get out of here and thank Lord Lamont for coming over and the vibe we always have. And we're going to catch y'all on the next one. Stay great out there. Brother, sister, family, may we all keep that ultimate peace wherever we are in your part of the world. Right, Lord Lamont?
Facts.
All right.
Right.
Yep. We out, y'all. Salute.
Times and then it went to